Well, I received this really great note from Miss Hester's class, and she basically asked if I could answer some of these questions from some of her students, and I thought, well, how about I do a little video and answer these questions. I haven't looked at them yet, so hopefully they don't stump me, but let's get started. Okay, so these were written on 8/28/25, and it says, Dear Miss Wimpy, my name is Emily. I am a third grader at Rosewood Elementary. Our class is learning about our local government. I want to ask you what your job is like. I hope to hear from you soon. Sincerely, Emily. And she put really great little hearts on it and everything. So, Emily, what a great question. So, I'll just let you know that literally every day is completely different. So, our city council, they are the legislative branch of city government as far as the local level goes. So we make all the decisions about new laws, or maybe there's laws that have been on the books for a really long time and they need to be updated, right? Because they're not necessary anymore, or they just need to be amended to today's times because maybe it happened 30 years ago. I'll tell you, there was a law on our books for a number of years, up until maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, that said it was illegal to dance in the street. So how crazy is that? There must have been a reason for it way back when, but obviously that can't be the case now, so it was amended. So that is what our ultimate job is to secure decisions like that, as well as make sure we have a safe city and that we have infrastructure in place. So we have to make decisions about water, utilities. We don't have our own, as far as electric, we don't have our own electric in the city of Broken Arrow, but we do have our own water, and those have to be upgraded on a regular basis. And with a growing city like ours, it's becoming very important to make sure that we have the correct infrastructure in place. So when I'm not doing those things, then I am out doing community events and talking to people. I'm doing groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings and stuff like that. And so those are kind of just the gist of what I do. But probably my favorite thing is meeting new people and actually being able to fix things and solve things whenever I get a call about stuff. So thank you, Emily, for the question. That was awesome. All right. Dear Miss Wimpy, I am a third grader at Rosewood Elementary. My name is Zane. Our class is learning about government. I wanted to know, how do you get the job? Let's see. I hope to hear from you soon. Sincerely, Zane. So I think you're asking, how did I become a city councilor, maybe, or even the mayor. So I'll let you know. So every 4 years, there is an election for my seat, which is Ward 1, and I had to run for election for that seat. And then as far as the mayor goes, we appoint our mayor and our vice mayor. So once a councilor gets elected, then the next council meeting, we will vote on who will be the mayor and the vice mayor. So I became a city councilor in 2017. I had another election in 2021, and I got reelected for city council, Ward 1, and then that's when I became the mayor. And then I got reappointed at the next election. So that's how I got the job. All right, dear Miss Wimpy, I'm a third grader at Rosewood Elementary. My name is Sawyer. Our class is learning about government. I wanted to ask you, how hard is it to be a mayor? I hope to hear back from you. Sincerely, Sawyer. So there can be hard days, right? So there could be, because I wear lots of hats and I do have a full-time day job, I go back and forth, right? I'll be working in my job. You see here, I've got our American flag behind me. My day job is I grant wishes to veterans and active military, and some of those are our veterans that are here in our city. But because I have to switch hats all the time, that's kind of the hard part. But I do still enjoy what I do on a daily basis because I'm still helping people. So as mayor, you are expected to be the chair of the council. So I lead all the meetings, and then I'm usually the one that gets the call if I need to go speak at an event or groundbreak or ribbon cutting or something like that. So I wouldn't say it's like hard, like totally hard, but there's the moments that it gets a little overwhelming and maybe a little bit stressful because we have an amazing city and it takes a lot to keep it going, and we really try to be intentional on the future of our city so that when we're no longer in the seat we're in, that we get to be able to make sure that the city is going to be well taken care of when we're no longer here. Great question, Sawyer. All right, this is from Joyce, and I love how Joyce, I don't know if you can see, but she put a little heart at the end of her name, so that was super cute. Okay, so basically started the same way. She's a third grader, and she said, I wanted to ask you if you like being mayor. When were you mayor, and when you were little, did you want to be mayor? I hope to hear from you soon. So another great question. I got to tell you, I never thought about being mayor. I never even thought about being on city council. In 2017, it really was about, I just had a calling. My husband had prayed about a situation, an event I was putting on, and basically he felt God was saying that was the way I was going to serve the community. And the end of January, I made a decision to run for council, and I had to file the first week of February, and then the election was the first week in April. So it was very quick turnaround, but it all worked out. So, but yeah, no, as a kiddo, I sure didn't. I actually thought I would be an art student. So, but here I am, and I now have no time to do any artwork. So, but great question, and Joyce, that was Joyce. All right, so Declan. So starts out the same way, same question, or letting me know what they need to ask questions about. But he said, I wanted to ask you, is it fun being the mayor? I hope to hear from you soon. So Declan, yes. And Declan put a smiley face, so I love that. Yes, I would say it's really fun. We do have our stressful moments, but I get to meet new people. I get to welcome new businesses into the city. I get invited to do fun stuff that I probably wouldn't have gotten invited to if I wasn't the mayor or the city councilor. So yeah, I would say being the mayor of the #1 place to live in the state and the 12th best place to live in the nation is super fun. So great question, Declan. All right, we just have a couple more here. This one is from Phoenix, and which I love that name. So it says, I wanted to ask you, what is the hard part about your job? I would say you can't make everybody happy. And I like to make people happy. Like, I'm a people pleaser. And I've had to learn that no matter what you do, you can't please everyone. Someone's going to be upset about the decision you make. So for me personally, that is my hardest part, because we make really big decisions. And I know not everybody is going to love it. So, we, as a council, we have a really great council that cares so much about our community. And I just hope that everyone knows that the decisions that we do make is because we love this community and we want to be very intentional about what we do. And so but the hard part is, as we know, sometimes it's not going to make everyone happy. So great question, Phoenix. All right, I believe this is Lucas, and he says, I wanted to ask you, how long is your job? Oh, okay, so I had said earlier, but I got elected in 2017 as council and then been mayor since 2021. So if you're talking about timeline, I've been mayor on council a little over 8 years, and serving in my 3rd term currently. But if you're talking about like on a daily basis, Lucas, every day is completely different. It's basically a full-time job. But again, I have a full-time job, but I'm not sure which way you were asking. But some days can be shorter when I'm doing stuff for the city, but for the most part, I feel like I'm constantly taking the hats on and off, and just trying to be a good servant leader. 2 more, guys. All right, this one is from Emily. No, Henry. Henry, so sorry. Okay, so Henry says, I wanted to ask you what is it like to be a mayor? Okay, Henry, so I kind of touched on it, but I'll tell you something fun. So my granddaughter is now at Oneida Ridge, but she actually went to Rosewood Elementary and just is now at Oneida Ridge, so she's a 6th grader this year. So she actually went to your elementary, was in 3rd grade, just like you were at one point. And I think what's really cool is that she got to go and say, meet her teacher and say, my honey, that's my grandma name. She got to say, my honey's the mayor, right? So to me, that's such an honor that I know my granddaughter is proud that her honey is the mayor, and that, this is the city I grew up in. My husband and I graduated from here. My 3 kiddos went to Broken Arrow. Now my granddaughter's going to Broken Arrow. And it's just super cool that I get to say, that I get to be the mayor of the #1 place to live in the state of Oklahoma. So it's pretty cool. I'll just say it's pretty cool to be the mayor of Broken Arrow. All right. Finally, I've got Sanae, I believe, is Sannaa. So I think it's Sanae. I'm going to go with that. Hopefully that's right. She said, I wanted to ask you how long you've been in city council. So kind of touched on that earlier, but I got elected to city council in 2017 and then re-elected in 2021. And that's when I was appointed mayor. And then in 2025, I was up for reelection but didn't have an opponent. And so I was automatically reelected as city council then, and then got reappointed as mayor at that next council meeting. So you guys, these were great questions. I'm so glad you're learning about government. I will end with, remember that you are the only one who can write your story. Never let anyone ever write your story for you. And make sure that it's a great story. Every decision you make, small or big, good or bad, it's a part of your story. So just make sure you're always doing the next right thing, and have a fabulous year at Rosewood Elementary. It's an amazing elementary school, and I'm so proud of you guys for learning about the government. See ya.